Now, for a long time, I've been a proponent of saying that it doesn't matter what your language is or what your platform is, if you follow the memory, you'll find performance problems. And believe it or not, JavaScript in HTML5 is no different. And that's why I want to point you at this final option down here on your Profiles tab called Record Heap Allocations. Now, what this is going to do is this is actually going to make a log of all of the allocations that occur while your web application is running. So I'm going to turn this on and play through the game a little bit so you can see how the memory is reacting to the gameplay. And of course, with that one alien destroyed, I've now saved the universe. Now, sizing up this window a little bit actually gives us a lot of information about what was allocated during that small time playing. So first off, you can see that we have the types of objects that were allocated in this column. The distance is not necessarily as important as you would need it to be right now, so let's ignore that. Most important is actually the shallow size metric, which actually shows you the number of bytes allocated to this type of object. So you can see here that the compiled code object is roughly taking about 2 megabytes, or 28% of our overall frame heap. Expanding compiled code actually gives us locations in executable memory that tells us what type of data is being allocated. Now, this is code information, so it's actually not going to be that important to you unless you're doing a lot of script injection. Now, probably a lot more useful to you is actually going to be a little bit lower in the stack, this object header you see here. This is actually going to list all of the class types or object definitions that have been created during our little playback. Expanding this actually gives us a bunch of pointers into the memory heap. Clicking on one shows us the retaining tree for the object. So if we bring this up a little bit, we can see that there was a module that was called from IG, and you can see that there was a lot of little global functions that kind of came into play. So clicking through this list a little bit more, we can find probably some interesting data. So here you can see that this one was actually an allocation of a collision map object. So somewhere while these objects were falling or debris was occurring, the collision map was called, and you can see a lot of the object information listed here.